Hello everybody, this is Balgir from State 135. Shout out to this amazing state and the amazing players in this game, in this state. So today I'm here to share some tips regarding farms. As you might know or not know, farms are very important for the growth of your main castle, and as you become a raider later on in the game, these will support you by giving you the resources, especially the gold and iron which you require heavily. And those are the resources which will be a problem and in the later stage. So let's get right into it. Whenever I log into a farm, I exchange the trading houses there, and I usually exchange ale, wood for gold, and I get a good deal for charcoal. I exchange that too, and obviously iron you have to take. Charcoal, okay, I have plenty of charcoal, so I'll take this too. I usually don't. So gold and iron are the main resources which will cause you a lot of problems later on. So you need to keep focus on that from the start itself. So I'll do that 3 times because you can't get enough gold or iron, to be honest. So while making a farm, I usually build 2 farms at a time, and it is a bit of a grind, you can say, but building a farm to C16, 17 barely takes like a week. And I usually build 2 farms at a time so I can rally the giant because initially the daily tasks, the resources and the gold which you get from the last few chests are very important for building the farm. And I usually don't raid my farms until they are C18 and or C19. You would want to build your farms till C18 also, so they can have 4 legions for gathering. So gathering is very important, and contrary to the belief, farms are expert gatherers and not expert producers. So if I don't gather from enough from the my farms, they won't be producing enough material. So when I am building up a farm, I usually make it a craftsman initially, because after doing a couple of national quests, you will get a 20 minutes free speed up, building speed up. So if there is a 20 minutes left on this, I can do it instantly, and you'll be doing it very fast. You have to abuse your speed ups when you're building up a farm, because at the later stage you will be having plenty of speed ups and no use for them. So from the start you have to keep using your speed ups and to make the building of a farm process faster. So yesterday we had hero development. So I do hero development on a farm. So after making it a craftsman, after till C10 or C9, whenever you get a class change available, then I convert it to a farmer. And if the gold is less, which happened in one of my farms, I was consuming a lot of gold while it was not being produced as much. So I converted it to a trader till C15 if required. But till C10, you are a craftsman and you barely get that in a couple of days. And I don't raid my farms till they are C16 and C17, and I use put in all the resources which I gather or which I produce back into the farm. So building a healthy farm initially, building a good foundation is very important in the long run. So one of the tips I wanted to share is you would want to just a sec, guys. Yeah, so regarding the buildings which you want to make in a farm, obviously you want to keep your resource buildings till the farm level. Obviously my castle is C19 here in the farm, so all my resource buildings are at 19 level 2. Another building which you want to upgrade is the trading house till level 7. It's 7 or 8, I think, because the quantity which it gives, the exchanges you can have are increased by 2. So these both are good enough. And the farmers guild I upgraded till sorry 15th level, so I can get a boost on the resource production from 15 to 20. You can increase it further also. I should also do that for to increase the speed and the troop load. Yeah, so this is the another building. The storage buildings is very important because you don't when you'll be shielding your farms on the weekend. You don't want resources to go to waste. So having 15 to 17 million iron storage, 17 marble, these are good enough. Food you won't be requiring much from the farms, so I also don't upgrade most of the farms on the farms. So obviously the houses you want to get it to the highest level possible so you can have the efficiencies at a maximum from the mints. And as I mentioned before, iron and gold, for me personally have been a problem. Other buildings, obviously the ones required to upgrade the castle are there, barracks, and at a certain point archery is there. So you have to keep a tab on that. I won't be getting much into it. And most definitely the most important buildings in my opinion on a farms are the training grounds. So till C15 you have to upgrade them till level 16 or 15 so they can hold at least 50,000 T1s. You have to gather only with T1s because they have the highest load, and obviously they can stand alone. Have 50,000 is more than good enough for iron. And yeah, another other buildings, yeah, I think I've covered most of them. If you want your farm to be an active in ROC and you want to help your alliance in ROC by protect the alliance center, you can surround the alliance center using these farms. And if they are C19, you'll get access to these dragon shout buildings and the bolts. So I have some bolts so it can be protected and the enemy cannot make your way. You have to make it tough for the enemy to get to your line center basically. So these are the buildings. Regarding research, I obviously town development is important to increase the income and how the gathering speed, these are very important. This one I'll do medical facility to a certain point, increasing the capacity it can take. I have around say 80,000 to 100,000 medical capacity is good enough if you don't have too many extra troops, which I don't think you will be aiming to have. So another research is very important is to hero cooperation in a couple of legions or 3 legions at least. I'm working towards this one, but as it's iron, it doesn't need much load, and even this rogue at level 7 is doing good enough for me, so I don't really have to. But it's advisable to have at least 2 heroes in a few legions. Obviously the first legion and the second legion, they have the cheapest research, so I do that. I don't do legion 3 because it costs a lot. So the resources which you will be producing, you have to keep a balance. You upgrade the buildings which you only require. And as you can see, if you haven't like observed, I have kept the tavern, training grounds, these mints and encampments, these military buildings away from the road. That is because to reduce the charcoal consumption. As you can see, it's a healthy balance. 90 is being produced and the consumption is 88. So I don't have to worry about charcoal consumption on a farm. And obviously I'll create the charcoal workshop as well. It's a one-time thing, very important. So researches I've covered. Rapid production is okay, initially important because it will be helping you doing the daily task. Daily tasks are very important when you have built up your farm till C 18 or 19, but initially it's very important to get these points because the last few chests give a lot of resources. Obviously it doesn't seem much now, but initially this gold and iron, they can help a lot. So my advice is to build 2 farms at a time. It's not much hard work, so you can rally a giant together, 80 points from there. and promote units, footmen, archers. What I've done is I already, when I collect these 2000, sorry, 1300s there, I'll do, it requires 2000 to be made, so I'll do this. Speed ups don't really matter in the, and when, for the next day when I log in and I want to do these daily tasks, I have made another batch of archers, heavy bolters. I'll do the same here. My bad. Same thing here. I've made 1200, sorry. So I need to make 800 more. So for the next day, I'll make another batch of T1s. T1s are pretty cheap to make. And obviously T1 horsemen, very important as they have the greatest load. As you can see, the greatest load in marching speed doesn't really matter. Another research you would want to do is cavalry training up to a certain point. So I've done it till, so the cavalry load has increased to 90%, and the marching speed doesn't really matter, but yeah, I had some money to do that, some resources, sorry. Another tip I want to share is, just a sec. So another tip I want to share is you have to make a good set, not a good set, but for each legion you have to make at least a purple set, not a purple set, a purple gear. So, and I renamed the class legion to iron, the second legion to marble, so it's easy for me to identify which legion is carries the gear which is required, so accordingly I can send them. As you can see, I have 2 iron collecting legions and 1 for marble, 1 for wood. If I require wood more, I send out for wood. And what you want to do is, another tip is you would want your farm to be as close to the throne as possible, because higher level plots are here, so obviously you don't have to really worry about, you know, finding these plots, because you usually find them everywhere. Iron plots are a problem, so another tip, this is good, you usually don't find empty iron plots, especially level 9s. So I have found 8. And if you, even better than being near the throne is to be in an alliance which can make level 8 or level 9, some can make level 10 too, so you can do that likewise, like here. So I've made a level 8 plot, so even if I couldn't find a level 8 plot around me, I can easily just pop one in and send these out. And to get the stone, you obviously have to donate to the alliance technology, very important. This will give you points, and obviously it will help in the daily task. Initially, as you can see, now I don't do daily tasks, but as I said before, these few resources can help a lot moving further, sorry. So it shows unlock hero skill, upgrade hero skill. One is for level up, so that's pretty much easy to do. It requires to do 4 blue ones, 3 purple ones. I've done 4, I think, maybe. This is for free, you won't be using. And how to get more points, you just have to go to the green hero, because they take the least amount of wisdom medals. Wisdom medals won't be a much big of a problem in a farm. So upgrade the skill twice. As you can see, it has given me more points. It's pretty much easy to do, exchange the wisdom medals. That's good enough. These can be done like I've already had, I think, 1400 or 1500, so you can make more exchange for these. You'll have plenty of these dragonite fragments, so you would be needing, so you don't need to just take 3. This is can be easily done. Sorry. Killing marauders can be done, but not really important. And obviously you can do these and upgrade buildings. You would be upgrading buildings every day initially, so getting to this isn't much of a problem. You just have to rally a giant, which gives a 80 points, which can give a big boost, and you can easily get to the 500 daily task points, so you can get access to the gold and iron. Now I don't do this because I just log into my farm, send my legions for gathering. I have to find a wood one, I think. As a level 8, I preferably take level 9 for wood and marble, because you can find them easily. One thing you can do is gather with a gathering bonus. It's very important, because it's up to you rather if you want to do that, because I've chosen gathering on 2 days, I will choose gathering, put up the gathering bonus for the same. Alright, moving on. The medical tents in your farm need to be at a certain capacity. I keep them at 90,000 or 100,000 just in case. I don't have a lot of extra troops, but on a day which I want a lot of gold, some might end up there. Obviously, it doesn't matter if a lot of troops get killed. But yeah, you don't have to attack whenever. See, I would be attacking my farms to get the iron if required. When my legions are out, I won't be attacking when my legions are in. So I have sent them out, and I would be attacking them. And even when attacking a farm, you would want to keep maximum amount of T1s with the best cavalry gear in your main legion of a raider, which is the class legion, so it can plunder gold and the maximum amount of resources from the farm. Hero stationing. So this guy is helpful when the balloon arrives, 25,000. Not so important. This I do to increase the wounded capacity, medical tent capacity. Stone, you guys get this, everyone. And these two I recommend to upgrade them, because extra gold, you can't get enough gold in this game. Another building, you would want the houses to be at the maximum, and accordingly you would want your mints to accommodate the population. So it says 113. It can, so I can upgrade my mint a couple more times so they can make more. And the gear, as you can see, I have renamed my legions to a certain, as I have purple iron gear here, I have renamed the legion iron, so it's easier for me to find out which one is which. Purple is good, and if you make gold, it's even better. And one of the last tips is this: when you're making a farm 2 at a time, you don't have to really use multiple accounts. You don't have to make different accounts for each farm. You can use the same account. Like for example, here I've given ballgear.roe@gmail.com, and the same one I have used for another farm. I just had to move that dot to the left or to the right. It'll send the confirmation mail to the same account, so you don't have to make multiple accounts. And these are pretty much it. Obviously you would have to upgrade the buildings to a certain level to upgrade the castle, so you'll find that along the way. And yeah, the workers are important. You want to change the workers so they can have iron reward. So as you can see, iron reward is for my every worker. I send them out for 12 hours exploration because I log into my farms only once a day. I send them out for 12. If I want to log in twice, I would send them out for 8 or 12 depending on when I log in back. Obviously, I think I've collected this one. Yes, I have. So these are the few tips which I wanted to share. If you have any tips or some improvement on something which I am doing wrong, please do share in the comments and help your fellow mates. Your So thank you guys. Please build up your farms. Very important in the long run. It is a grind. The whole game is a grind. Rise of Empires, but it's a fun game and enjoy. Have a good day. Take care.